Hi everyone, welcome back to a new video. This week I wanted to do something a little different. I figured I would just do my nails and I would show you how I do my at-home gel manicure. I just opened the window and I think that was a mistake. I'm gonna close the window. Okay, I'm back. Window is closed. So much better. Yeah, so I thought I would just show you how I do it. It really doesn't take me that long. It is probably the best skill that I've picked up during the pandemic. And it is something that I just never feel the need to go back to the salon for. So yeah, I'm very excited to share it with you. You don't need that many things. It's really affordable and you save so much money in the long run. Yeah, I am obsessed. And yeah, I can show you how I do it. It's really simple. And I hope you enjoy this video. Awkwardly doing this in like absolute silence with the exception of the siren that was blaring a couple seconds ago. My hands are pretty dry and I know I'm cutting my cuticles and they're supposed to be like, usually I use the cuticle remover. That always just works best for me. I do have a little bottle of alcohol. I just decanted some. I just bought a big size from Walgreens and I just decant so that I can spray it onto my nails before I start actually applying anything to them. So I just spritz them, let them dry. Okay. Then I got a big pack of these nail buffers off of Amazon, and I usually just like will do a quick little buff. This is like really not invasive in your nail and like doesn't really feel like painful or anything. It shouldn't. I don't like filing my nails too much because my nails are already super thin. So this is just to take away the shine. Yeah, nothing too major. Let me start by telling you the brand that I use. So I use Rebel Nail, which is, honestly, I feel like I got really lucky because I started using this brand and they are literally like, I have had no issue. I love their product. I think it's unbelievable. And yeah, they have a serious fan. I don't use any other products except theirs, so just goes to show. I'm not really sure which color I should do today. I have this like black glittery that has like a rose gold glitter in that's called Dreamwork. And then they also have this one which is like kind of a neutral tone. And this one is called Gold Digger. This is from their Girl Boss collection. I am obsessed with these colors. I feel like I might go for the neutral today just because I had like a really deep red on, like a wine color red. So there, I do the gel manicure. I used to do the liquids before, but now I switched over to gel. And this is their gel base coat. And then I also use their tack-free gel top coat. Sorry that these look so gross, but they're well used and loved. And then I just have like a cuticle pusher and a toothpick. Yeah, and my little nail buffer and a nail file. Yeah, and that's really it. And then I have a trusty UV lamp that I got off of Amazon. I think this was like 15 bucks. And then I attach it to my power bank because you need a power outlet, but because I like to be mobile, I just use my power bank. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the gel base coat. I usually do after it's dried, the alcohol's dried, I usually do one coat of the gel base on every nail. I usually only do it on the hand that I am working on. I don't do both hands at the same time because I do feel like if you do it on both hands at the same time, then it's just like additional work, which I feel like is not something that I care much for. I like to keep this process as simple as possible. And I try to get like really close to the cuticle line, but not all the way, so that it's like pretty. And the thing that I like about the gel is that you have a lot of control over this. It doesn't dry quickly, it only dries with the lamp. So how you apply it, you have a lot more control over, which someone like me can definitely appreciate, because I do have a steady hand, but I do also like to have a lot of control as to like where the product's going and how long it's taking to dry and that kind of thing. So yeah, controlling Sally over here. But yeah, honestly, doing my nails, literally the best, guys. I cannot rave about it enough. And if you're going to a salon and spending like $60 every 2 weeks, you should really consider doing this, because yeah, it's just really cost effective. So this has like one layer of gel on, and I'm gonna cure it for 30 seconds in the light. Okay, so that was just one coat. I've let it dry. I cured it in the light, and now I'm just gonna do another coat and dip. I usually like to do 3 coats of dip, because why not? I also have a cupcake liner, which I put my dip in so that the powder doesn't get everywhere. I mean, it still gets everywhere, but it feels more controlled, and that way I can, if anything falls out, I can save that powder. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just gonna do a coat on each of the nails again. I try to be pretty good about it so that I get all the nooks and crannies without getting it like in the cuticle and in the sides of the nail. Because I do feel like if your application of the gel is poor, then it will lift. It doesn't lift as much as the dip liquids, but I do feel like if you do a shoddy job, it will most likely lift sooner rather than not. So yeah, definitely pay attention. To how you're applying it. Okay, let's hold it down for this. Okay, so then I just take the dip powder and I pour it over nail. I make sure that I get both sides, because that is a little tricky. Once I've poured over at least once, I then take a toothpick and I just do a quick trim all the way around, and then I wipe off any excess. But I will just do a quick run around the cuticle so that I get like a really smooth cuticle. So this is one of the reasons why I prefer gel. Gel, you can actually scoop out any imperfections before you dry it under the light. which is not the same with the dip liquids. The dip liquids dry instantly. And if you're too slow, well, you're too slow. Okay. Now that I've gone over the cuticle, I can put it back under the light and go in for another 30 seconds. Okay guys, I just zoomed you in a little more so you can kind of get up close of what is actually happening. Okay, so that is the first coat. I just brush off any excess before I go in with the gel again so that I don't contaminate the gel. But yeah, I'm just gonna quickly do 2 more coats. And honestly, applying the gel is kind of like applying nail polish. So if you're good at applying nail polish, then this is like for you. I do apologize in advance, like your hands need to be really dry and like there can't be any moisture or any, you know, oils on your nail when you do your nails, so they are looking extra dry right now, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, if you want the gel to adhere properly, make sure that you use the alcohol and that you do not have any hand cream on or anything like that before you get started. So just wash your hands properly before you apply any gel, or yeah, before you get started. Oh, another thing is to make sure that you keep the layers of gel really thin. I think that it's easier to build off thin layers of gel rather than thick layers of gel if you do it that way. So yeah, just a small tip. Keep the layers of gel very thin. The finish is also nicer and will probably mean less buffing too, which is always a plus. That is actually also another benefit of using the gel method, is that the buffing is so much less. When you do the dip powders, you usually have to buff like for a while to get the desired shape and to get the right texture for you to be able to use the top coat. So yeah, I definitely think gel is the way to go, guys. And always just cure it in the light before you brush any of it off. For obvious reasons, it is difficult, like when you're switching over from the dip liquids to the gel, it's easy to forget that it's not dry once you've applied the powder. You actually need to cure it in the light before you can brush off the excess. So just an important reminder, because you will ruin your brush and you could ruin, like, you know, other products that you have. So yeah, definitely make okay, going in for number 3. Okay, you guys. Okay guys, so my battery conveniently died as I was filming. So I had to put it on charge for a little while to give me a bit of a booster. So in the meantime, I've done 3 coats on this hand and I have 1 more coat to do on this hand. And then I'm going to just buff a little and do the top coat, and then we're golden. We're actually all done. So it's honestly the easiest process. I'm gonna zoom you guys in so you can see what I have going on over here. And I must say that like having done my nails for myself for such a long time, they may be very close to salon quality. There may be a couple areas where, you know, I do see imperfections and nothing is like as perfect. But knowing that I'm saving so much money and it may just be slightly imperfect to me, honestly, it's pretty much the best to be able to do it for yourself. You don't have to do this toothpick step. I just do it because the cuticle line is so much cuter when you do this. You can, if you're really good at buffing your cuticles, then I would say you could probably skip this and then buff your cuticles to be perfect. Yeah, I try to make that process like pretty quick. So, and then I usually just like to quickly dip the ends back in the powder, and then I'll put this on again, 30 seconds. I will also tilt my thumb up because I do notice that if I don't tilt my thumb, like it may not cure all the way, like the side that's like closest to the towel won't cure properly, so I do try to tilt my hand slightly. And I have noticed that the lighter colors are easier to cure. The darker colors don't cure as well, but if you cure them for longer, they will more likely be great. So this needs another couple seconds because it is the final coat and I'm gonna buff, so I want the gel to be dry completely. So now I can actually pack a lot of this out of the way. It is really important though to make sure that your nail is like fully cured before you do any buffing. So if you feel like it needs to go back in the light for a little bit longer, put your hand back in the light. I'm just gonna cure it for an extra 60 seconds because if your nail is not completely cured before you start buffing, you'll buff away an entire layer of gel and it will create like a hole, and then you'll have to dip more and it will be uneven. Usually when you create a hole, it creates like a different color when you try and fill over it. So if you're working with a light color, it usually does that. It's kind of annoying. I personally get very frustrated by that. So I would rather just cure it for a little longer to make sure that it's like properly cured. But I think I should be good now. And then I just used this little orange buffer that I got off Amazon. And I will just really lightly buff the surface. Try and get away any of the craggly bits. And this is a really light buffer, like on your actual nail, so it doesn't create any of the real imperfections. And then like along the side, I will take the higher grit nail file to get the sides. But yeah, I mean, these little cubes are so great. It's really affordable when you get like a huge pack. I will try and link everything that I've used in the bio so that you can see what I use. And yeah, I mean, I did want to make a video too about like how much money I've saved in the last, you know, year from doing my nails myself. Because I find it like really interesting. It's, you know, really surprising when you look at like how much money you spend on like beauty, and like as a woman, you know, a lot of money goes into that kind of stuff, like into beauty maintenance. And, you know, I love getting my nails done, and when the world shut down, it was just really nice to be able to still keep something that would give me, you know, a sense of myself in a world where everything sort of feels like it's it's losing it completely. So yeah, it has been good, and it's honestly like such a great skill to learn. It's also a community of people. I feel like once you start doing it and you meet, like, you know, you read the blogs and you follow their videos and you engage with people in your community, it's just so cool to do. And the brand Rebel has like a really good, like cool Facebook page where people go in and post pictures of like their latest manicures, and that kind of stuff is just so fun. Like, I love a good nail selfie. So getting to see all the cool colors that people choose and like how they do them. Some people are so cool and so crazy and so creative with their oh my god, I'm becoming so American. Yeah, with their nail art, that it's just so cool to see, and it does give me a lot of inspo, and I can always appreciate getting nail inspo from somebody else. So yeah, definitely, honestly, a huge like thumbs up from me and a big recommendation. Like, I love this. And I also love, like, once you've you know, buffed it away, you can also just make sure that you file the shape to be the exact shape that you want. Last step, guys. So the last step is the tack-free gel top coat. And this step, I will say, be very careful with. It's always good to keep your toothpick nearby, because you definitely, this will catch a lot of the imperfections if you have any. And if you're really good with this step, it will look incredible. So yeah, just try and get it all the way to the end, and try and make sure that you get in all the crevices, and you cap, which means like you go over the edge of your nail with the gel. Because that's what I think I was saying before I got cut off earlier. If gel shrinks under the light, so always try cap. And when I mean cap, I just mean go over the edge like this. Okay, and then I also try to make sure to get out any bubbles, because the bubbles will in fact stay, they do not burst when you put them under the light. And another reminder is just to keep this top coat layer of gel thin too, because you definitely don't want it getting in the crease and on your cuticle and like all over your skin. So one hand down, and then I will put this in for 90 seconds. Because it is really important to cure the top coat for a very long time. Very important. Okay, and then I always end my manicure with like some of this Divine Lush body cream. I think it's like body cream, but I use it as a hand cream because it's, well, I use it as a hand and body cream. It is, oh, firstly, it smells divine, and it's like lavender scented body cream. You can use it anywhere though. Like, I definitely use it on my hands, and it's just so like thick and nourishing that it just feels like the perfect thing to add to your nails after you've like basically dried them out with all the alcohol and stuff that you've used. And then once I'm done with the hand cream, I also have the Revel cuticle oil. My hands all sticky now. This one is in the favorite peach mango. Guys, the smells, it's honestly so addictive. It's so good. And then I'll just go over my cuticles with the cuticle oil so that they're extra loved on. Yeah. And then I'll just like massage it in. Yeah. I love taking time out to do stuff for myself, and I feel like focusing on my mental health and like focusing on myself and my body and how I feel just makes me feel really good in general. So yeah, spending a couple hours like doing my nails myself is the best way. It takes me about an hour to do them. So yeah, pretty much the same as it would in a salon. This is the final product. Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, I mean, I feel like I do a pretty good job on both hands, even though I'm right-handed, which usually means only my left hand is perfect, but yeah, I mean, I think they're pretty close to perfect, and the fact that I've done them myself and that they last really long and that they look so good, I mean, what more could I really ask for? This is the cuticle oil, the peach mango flavor from Rebel. But yeah, that is it for this video. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope that it was fun and you learned something and you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions or any tips or anything that you do that's a little bit different to what I do, shoot me a comment. I'm always happy to learn. I think that it's really cool to have a hobby that is fun and that's creative and that you get to really like apply yourself and do something really cool and have it turn out like pretty awesome. And it just feels really good. It feels like a big accomplishment and I love it. So if you do your nails yourself, please let me know if you use a different brand, if you have any different techniques, if you like your nails a different shape. I would love to know, so please add a comment below. But I hope you all have an amazing week.